Hi guys, good morning. Let me share my screen. Today what we need to discuss? Huh? Table manipulation functions, huh? Here. Yesterday up to intersect we discuss it, right? Okay. Next one is natural inner join. Okay. Intersect we discuss it or not? What intersect will do? Huh? Displays matching. Next one is natural inner join. Okay. If you want to natural inner join means inner join. What is inner join? Matching records only it will display. In natural inner join also display the matching records. So in transform data, what option we discuss with matching records? Under joins, what is the option? Inner join. Under merge queries, inner join will be there. In SQL Server, inner join, right? Okay. So same here, natural inner join. If you want to implement in Power BI means there are two things are required. Okay. First, you need to provide a relationship between the data sets. Okay. From which data set to which data set matching records you required. In those data sets, you need to provide a relationship between the data set in model view. And then you can apply natural inner join or natural left outer join. Okay. See here. Suppose, for example, here, this is the left table. Tomorrow there is no class. Tomorrow there is no class. Tomorrow it's workshop. It is there. I already posted in the Telegram group itself. Check it once. Tomorrow workshop related one. Work say that is that one. Voucher it is posted in the Telegram group itself. Okay. So with the same link, you guys need to join in tomorrow's class. Tomorrow workshop it is exactly 9 a.m. It is started. Not exactly 9 a.m. 9:15 because so many people are joined at that point of time, right? So we don't want to miss those people. So that's the reason 9:15 exactly the class will be started. Okay. On data analytics class will be there. So don't miss it. Except Python remaining related one, I need to cover all the things. Is that clear or not? Okay. See here. So if you want to see here, there are two functions are there. There are two functions are there in Power BI. Those are natural inner join, natural left hand. If you want to if you want to apply these two functions in Power BI DAX function means first in between the data sets relationship must and should required in model view. Understand? Suppose for example, okay, there is left table and right table is there. In between that, based on the common columns, matching records only I want to display. So if you want to display the matching records in between the data set, first in between the data set, okay, relationship must and should required. When you have the relationship, then you can implement natural inner join or natural extra join. Understand clearly? How you need to provide a relationship with the drag and drop, you can provide a relationship. Don't, don't worry. There is a separate model topic will be there. 2 days class will be there. There itself, I will explain you clearly how it will works and everything. Okay. So first you need to provide a relationship with the common columns. Okay. Once you provide, then you can implement natural inner join. Okay. Natural inner join means in new table only we can apply it, right? All table manipulation functions we can apply it on new table. Natural. What is that? Inner join. Natural inner join. Natural inner join of left table, comma, right table. See here, left table, comma, right table. Okay. In natural inner join, left table, comma, right table. So in those tables, you are already provide with the common column relationship in model view, right? So with that one, whichever it is matching those related records, it will display here. Did you see this one? Did you see that one? ID and product ID related, whatever it is matching, those all the record from both the tables. Both the tables, all the columns it is getting here. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? This is natural inner join. Okay. Similar like natural left outer join also. Okay. See here. Natural left outer join means what is left outer join? Very good. Display all the record from left side table, matching record from right side table. Understand clearly or not? Yesterday, why you are not attending the class? You're attending, right? Oh, okay. You're not there in the lab? I came 10:30 only. You're not there at that point. See, understand or not? Display all the record from left table. What is the left table here? Left table is the one. Right table means this is the right table is the one. Okay. Display all the record from left side table and matching record from workshop. No, sir. Class only workshop. Only workshop. 9 to 12. Okay. Tomorrow workshop it is like 9 to 12. Like that it will be there. Not 1 hour or 1.5 hour. Okay. I need to cover all the things. Okay. Data analytics part I will explain you. Don't miss that class. Tomorrow workshop it is. Okay. Next one. You understand, right? Natural left outer join. Next one. What is the next option? Means I will tell you row at the end. Okay. Next one is select columns. What is select columns will do? Means suppose, for example, I have one data set is sir. In the data set, I want to create a new data set. In the data set, existing few columns I need to take it. I need to use it as another transformation on that particular. You understand what I'm saying? Suppose, for example, the best scenario is, I will tell you one scenario. Actually, what will happen is they are creating a master table in SQL Server. We will pull that master table. What they are saying is don't do any transformation or DAX function on that particular table because the table is our reference. What data will comes from the data source itself, like SQL Server, or how it will be there and everything. Don't do any other transformation because that is the reference table. So we don't want to touch that. Then what I need to do? But I want to apply some transformation or DAX function on that particular data set. Then only I can implement that report. Okay. That's the reason what I need to do. I need to create the duplicate of the table. If you want to create the duplicate of the table in transform data, what option it is? Duplicate, right? Duplicate and reference I explained you, right? Duplicate table we created. Okay. In Power BI DAX function, duplicate of the table, if you want to create it, you have to use a function called, what is that one? Select columns. What is that one? Select column. Select columns will create the duplicate table with few columns. With what columns you required? With those columns, you need to create the duplicate table. Understand clearly or not? See here. In select columns also we can apply it in new table only, right? Okay. In select columns, first what we need to write? Table name. That means on which table columns you want to take, which table columns you want it. So those related table name, first you have to write it. After that, what is the next one? Did you see that one? What is that one? Column name, new column name, or you can give existing because when you want to create a duplicate table, may or may not require the same column names. Suppose if you want same column names you have to, but column names must and should you need to get. After that column names you have to call. Understand clearly? That column names, when you are giving column names, that is either existing table column names or you can give the different column names. Understand? See here, financial. Suppose for example, country one, country one, two. Here, country column. And see here, I'm giving a column name as country one, two. In this column, what type of data we are loading? Country data I'm loading. See here, it is loaded and under this column, it is stored that particular. Like that, column name, new column name, and comma column you, which column you want to load it in that particular column, that you can pass. Understand clearly? See here, is that clear? See here, column names with that under the column, whatever column you are calling here, that column is loaded under this particular column. From this, see, Vijay, can we pass a different data set columns? No. Which data set we are passing, that data set columns only you can use it. Not only this one, you can write an expression also. In place of column name, here, in place of this column name, you can pass column name or you can pass expression also. Expression means you know, right? Okay. Multiple columns, between the columns, you can use mathematical operator. Okay. That is expression also you can write. Understand clear? Next one. We already discussed summarize, right? Okay. In real time, summarize we can use or group by we can use. Which is the best option? Summarize is the best option. Don't use group by. Because why we cannot use group by? In group by, what function we have to use? In group by, what function we have to use? Aggregation function. In both we have to use current group function. In group by, current group function we are using. Okay. So that's the reason. Always, if you want to summarize the data, means in DAX function, summarize is the best function. In interview point of time only, they are asking the difference. What is summarize? What is the difference between summarize and group by? But in real time, always summarize only, because two parameter aggregation function, we have to use it in group. That's sorry. Next one is, see here, all these functions are not required. Next one is union, very important. Union means, what is union? Combining a rows of the multiple data sets into single data set. Combining a rows of the multiple data sets into single data set is called union. Okay. In transform data, what option it is? In transform data, what option it is? Combining a rows of the multiple data sets into single data set. What is the option in transform data? Append queries. Practices like that only it will be there. Yesterday only I took the class. I don't know what you are doing in the lab. Today I want to verify it, what you are doing in the lab. How much, what you need to know, I want to know. Really, you are there in the lab. I don't know what you guys are doing. And you are prepared the document also. And you are not able to answer the questions. Read it properly. Today I will come and I will give some scenarios. So that based on that you can change it. What is that one? If you want to combine the rows of the multiple data sets into single data set, means what is the option it is? Union here. In transform data, append queries. Here also. In SQL Server, I didn't tell you that particular topic. There is an set operators will be there. There is a separate topic as set operators will be there in SQL Server. When you join my full stack SQL, then you will have a clarity on all SQL Server part. Okay. Whenever the free SQL Server classes, if I'm conducting, so check it in the in Telegram group itself. So just to follow always every time, whenever the free batches are going on, please try to join into that one. Understand clearly or not? Don't miss those related one. Okay. See here. Here in append queries, okay. In append queries, see here. In SQL Server also, union will be there. But in set operators will be there. That topic, that related one I didn't cover in our regular class. Okay. See here. Union, what is union will do? Combining a rows of the multiple data sets into single data set. Same in transform data append queries, right? Then see, in append queries, what is the rule we need to discuss? Rules also we discuss it, right? Same column name, same data type. Very good. Okay. అంటే పుష్ చేయాలి అలాగా మేడం చెప్పండి. See, we already discussed the rule, right? Column names are same in all the data set. Data type is same in all the data set. Then we can apply the append query. That is the rule I already explained in transform data. Same thing here also. But here, it's not like here in union function, it won't consider in other data set what column names are there. Only first data set, only first data set columns only it will consider. From the second data set onwards, what column names it is, it will accept it. Because after combining only first table columns only, it will display here. Remaining data set columns, whatever it is, either same or different also, you can accept it in union. Understand? But the data type must and should be same. Understand or not? There is one rule in a union. It is only data type must and should be same. Column names may or may not be the same. Understand? Or not? Because first table columns only it will consider in union. Second table columns it won't consider. So that's the reason you can give same columns or different columns also it is accepted. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, let's see how it will work. And suppose, for example, okay, now see here, in n number of data set, you can apply it, right? You can combine n number of data set rows into single data set. Understand? See here, in append 1, ID name column is there. In append 2, ID1 name. That means different column names. Different column names in both the data set. Okay. So in append 1, I have ID name. In append 2, ID1 name 1. Two different things are there. Two different. Now I want to apply the union on this one. Is it accepted or not? Yes. If it is different column names also, it is accepted. But data type must and should be same. See here. Not only two tables, union accept n number of data sets. But the rule, you have to check it once. See here. Only which columns it is considered here? What is the first table here? Append 1. Append 1 related columns only it will consider. Remaining data set columns it won't consider. That's the reason remaining column names, whatever it may be, is accepted. Only data type must and should be satisfied. That is the rule. So, understand? Not only two data sets. In union, you can apply n number of data sets. In append queries also, can we pass more than two tables or not? N number of tables we can pass. Here also say. Next one. What is the next one is, the last function is row function. What is that? Row function. What is a row function? Means, if you want to insert a new row to the existing table, what is that? If you want to insert a new row to the existing table, must and should you have to use row function. Understand clearly? See here. This row function also, you can apply it in union. Very important. What is row function? If you want to insert a new row to the existing table. Suppose I already created a union table, right? In that union table, I want to add a new row to the existing table. How you can apply it? This row function also we can apply it only inside union function. Understand or not? Okay. See here, union. Okay. Here, what is the table name you need to write first? First table name, what is that one? Which table you need to write? That means on which table you want to insert a new row, that table name you need to write it here. What is the table name? See here, I already have union table, right? In this union table, I want to add the new rows. Okay. So that's the reason. First, in which table you want to add a new row, that table name you have to write inside the union function. Put comma. And now in the second table, you have to write row function. You have to write the row function. In this one, inside the row function, column name, comma, expression. That means here the column name you have to give, comma, value, whichever value you want. Or if you want to write an expression, it is up to you. Understand it? Now, one row function, one row only we can create. We cannot, by using one row function, we cannot create multiple rows. One row function, one row only it will create. Okay, if you want to create more rows means more row functions, you have to use it. Understand? Okay, now see here. First column name. In this union table, what is the column it is there? that column name you have to write. What is the column it is there? ID, right? So that's the reason I'm passing ID column. Okay. What is the value we need to give for this one? Suppose 45 I'm giving. What is the another column name in this particular table? That means in this table, what columns are there for all the columns? For whichever columns you require to insert the data, for those columns, names you have to mention and give the value. If you don't want to give the value, suppose I don't want to give the name value, then what it will happen? Blank it is inserted. Understand what I am saying? See here, in this table, ID is there, name is there, but I am giving only for ID related value. If you are not giving name, it is taken as blank. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Oh, must and should you need to pass all the columns. Must and should you need to pass all the columns in the table. Understand clearly? Okay. You don't want, you cannot skip any of the column. So that's the reason. Name, comma, what is that one? Power, yeah. Understand or not? See here, ID value, name value. Understand? These two columns only it is there in the union, right? In this union data set, what columns are there? Only two columns are there. Those two columns we can mention and give the values. See here, one row function will create one record only. Okay. If you want to create another row means here again you have to put the comma and write another row function. See, this is one row, one row. See, means here row function is acts like a data set. This is one data set. Understand or not? So if you want to create another row means another row function, put comma and write another row function. Understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? Huh? Is that clear or not? Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? This is union and row functions. What is the last? See here. What is this function? Values. We already discussed values, right? What it will do? What values function will? Remove duplicates. How many functions are there? Removing duplicates. Distinctive value. You know the difference, right? Very important interview question. Understand? Next. What is the next category? Next one is information functions. Information functions. What is the next function? Information. What is information functions will do? See, remember, information function always returns either true or false. Understand clearly now? Either true or false. Information functions always returns either true or false. Information functions either returns either true or false. What is that? Information functions returns either true or false. Okay. So in information functions, see here, few functions are there. Those related one we need to discuss. See here. These are all not required. Contains, contain row, contain string exact. All these functions, it is not required to use it. Okay. In real time, we are not using that one. Okay. But I am giving examples in document. Okay. So this is not at all required. So just to, just know by seeing my document, just to see what it will execute. What this will do is contains means whether the value is there in the existing column or not. If it is there, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Like that it will. Okay. Okay. Let's discuss one example. Okay. See here. This contains function. This column statistic is not required. Contains function, we can apply it in new column. Uh, Contains, in contains, first what we need to write? Table name. Okay. Suppose I'm writing a row table. This one. Okay. After that, in that row table, any of the column you can choose. Suppose I'm choosing a column name. Here, suppose for example, 11. Is that 11 value is there in that particular column or not? Yes. For all the values, it returns true. See here. Suppose I'm giving 36. Is that 36 is there in ID? It returns all the values, it returns false. Okay. So there is one drawback is there in this content. What is the drawback? It is whichever value is there in that row, whether it is there, you have to check it. If it is not there, it returns false. Otherwise, it returns true. Like that it is mentioned. But all the rows, only one value it will returns. Okay. If it is there in that complete table, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false in all the rows it is applied. This is a wrong. So that's the reason we have to apply a function called contains exa- contains contains string, contains row. What is that? Contains row. See here, contains. In contains row, what is that one? See here. Hmm. Okay. See here. Contains row, it is not like that. What will happen? Here in contains row, first inside the curling braces, you have to give the values. Those values, comma, and put a column name. Those values in this column, wherever it is there, it returns true. If it is not there, it returns false. That's it. Okay. See here. 1, 2, 10, 14 is there, right? In those rows, it returns as true. Otherwise, returns as false. Did you see this one? Understand clearly or not? This is contains wrong. Vijay, suppose for example, see, can I give like this? I'm giving 36 value, which is not there in the ID column. Is it accepted or it will throw us an error? It will accept. Here, whenever you are giving which is not there in that column also, it is accepted. But it is not there, right? So that's the reason it will exclude that particular value. That means it won't throw any error message. It is executed successfully. If you want, you can check it. See here. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly. Whichever it is there, those related one only true. Otherwise, it returns false. That's it. Next one. Contain string and contain string exact also similar like that. Okay. So these two functions are similar like find and search. This is acts like a find. This is search. Sorry. This is find. This is search related one like that. Understand clearly or not? Okay. That means so if that so in find and search, what we are doing, we are finding a value. We are finding the position of the value. Okay. Here we are also finding value here, but if it is there, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. It is. Understand clearly. See here. In contain string. Okay. See here. Suppose this is an example. Okay. In contain string, I'm giving a value here. Okay. Or column name, static value or column name you can pass. This is the place we need to pass the column name or static value. Comma. This is find value. This is find value you have to go. This BC is there in this text or not? True. It returns true. Suppose capital B, capital C is there or not? See, because contain string is not a case sensitive. Contain string is not a case sensitive. That means it is acts like a search function. Okay. So that's the reason BC is there in this column or in this value or not? Yes. Whether it is capital letter or a small letter, it there or not? Yes, it is there. It returns true. That's it. Okay. For this one, A star D. What is the meaning of this? That means A and D is there or not? A, D characters is there in this particular value or not? In whichever position that particular those two characters, wherever in whichever position it is there, whether it is there or not, if it is there, it returns as okay. Next, A, B, C, D. What is this one? EF is the one. EF is there in this particular one? Not there. So that is a reason it returns as false. It is. Understand clearly or not? So true, false, like that it is. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Next, contain string exact function. What is contain string exact function will do? Here, similar like this only. It will whether that particular value is there in that particular text or not, it will check it. If it is there, it returns true. But contain string exact is a case sensitive. See here, it is a case sensitive. So that's the reason. See here, ABCD is there. What is that one? BC is there or not? Yes, true. Is ABCD is there? BC is there or not? No, capital B, capital C is there in that particular value? No, it is not there. Because I told you case sensitive, right? That's the reason. As it is value, it is there, then only it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Here, A star D. means in contain string exact, always the characters immediate. Okay. Suppose AD is there, but AD is that A and D is the immediate characters? No. That's the reason it returns false. Always in contain string, immediate exact must and should be there. Then only it return. Here, is it value is there in this one? No. That means true, false, false, false. Is that clear or not? Is that clear? Any doubts in this one? Next one. Very, very important functions is, see here, custom data is not required. Okay. There are three functions are there. There are three functions. All these three functions acts like a same. What are those three functions? Hash one filter, hash one value, is filter. What is that? Hash one filter, hash one value, is filter. All these three are acts like a same thing. What these three functions will do? Inside these functions, you can pass a single data set column. One data set column, you can pass that on. One column only, we can pass that on. If that column values, if you try to filter in the visualization, then only it returns true. If suppose if that column values, if you are not filtering in the visualization, it returns false. It is. You understand what I'm saying? Inside that hash one filter, a hash one value is filter. You just need to pass the column name. That's it. If that column values, if you try to filter in the visualization, it returns. If you are not filter in the visualization, it returns. Also, let's see with example. But these functions we can apply it on new measure. Okay. See here. New measure we can apply. Hash. Hash one filter. Here, what we need to pass here? Column name here. And we are passing a column name. What will happen here? See here, whatever column we are passing, if this column values, if you try to filter in the visualization, it returns. Otherwise, it returns. See here. Why it returns false here? See here. The same column we are using in the visualization, right? Whatever column we are passing in inside hash one filter, the same column in the visualization, it is there. Why it is returns false here? Why it returns false here? Huh? Why it returns false here? Because we are not filtering any value in this particular column or not. If you are not filtering, what it will returns? I told you this point, right? Huh? Suppose, see here, I'm filtering France value, returns true. Not only France value, any value in that particular column, if you try to filter, it returns. If you are not filtering, see what it will return. Also this. Next one. Okay. What is that one? As one value. Okay. Understand clearly? Now see here. Here, this one also. Same, right? Hash one filter, hash one value. Both are. See here. Understand clearly. Similar like that. Another function also it is there. What is that one? Is filtered. What is that? Is filter. Is filter also doing the same. Returns. See here. All these three functions. Vijay, if all these three returns are same, okay, in which scenario we are using this one? Okay, let's see. I will show you real-time scenario. Listen carefully. Okay. Always is filter. If it is filter or not, it will check it. If it is filter, it returns true. Otherwise, but these two are okay. In some scenarios, we have to use it. Understand? In some scenarios, we have to use that particular paper. In some scenarios, we have to use these functions. There itself, some difference will be there. I will show you. See here. Suppose, for example, I'm taking a table visual here. Country, hogs, discounts. Like this it shows. Suppose increasing the font size. Understand? Is that clear? Okay. Now, what will happen here it is sometimes, okay. See here, did you see all the column values and total also it is showing? For few in some scenario, what users are saying is, I don't want to see this particular value. Because by seeing this value, they will see even decimal values also. Sometimes it will round and it is calculated, right? When you are adding something like that. Okay. Suppose, for example, 248.35 is there. 356 is there. What will happen? 3 after rounding 360, it will display. That means 92 something 248.36 because 356 is there. So that's the reason 36 it will round. So sometimes the users are verifying minor decimals also. So We don't want to show at this point. Just we need to give these values properly. We need to show here, but we don't want to show the total value. In that case, hash one filter or hash one value we can proceed. Let's see how I implement this one. Okay. See here. See here. I will show you one example. Okay. Listen. Wo- One I will explain to you. Remaining thing you can practice by seeing my document. Okay. Hash one filter. Okay. If hash one filter of financial content. Ama. Okay. What I need to write here is okay. Sum of discounts. Already the column name is there, right? So that's the reason. Here the difference. Now it is. Okay. What I'm writing, you understand this one or not? If country column is filtered, then in the total, you will see the total value. Otherwise, if you are not filtering the country column, this total value I don't want to see. You understand what I'm saying here? Okay. See here. Did you see? Same as it is values or not? But here, blank. Suppose if you filter the country column, see, first of all, see here, listen, understand the thing, then you can write in any way. Okay. See here, if I'm selecting country, did you see total value showing or not? Okay. Suppose, for example, see here, if you select more than one, it is not showing because it is unselected one. Only one related one only. You understand what I'm saying here? If you are not filtering this total value, we cannot say. If you are filtering something, that related value in the total, it will show us that. This is very, very important scenario. Understand? Because sometimes users are calculating decimal values they want. By seeing the total, they can understand, okay, what is the total one, whether it is the report is correct or not, like that. Understand clearly enough. Even because we are not doing anything. Automatically system is rounded and it will show that one. What we can do? We cannot do anything. Suppose 3.456 is there. Up to second decimal place, I want to display. What it will display? 3 point? 3.456 is there. To second decimal place, I want to display. What is the value? 3.46 is the value it will display. Because do I need to do anything? No. Automatically, system will consider that particular value. It will round and it will display. Why Vijay? Why 3.6 it is displaying? I want 3.45. What we can do? We cannot do anything on that one. That's the reason. If you by seeing the total, they are confusing. Okay. Okay. So that's the reason sometimes we need to disable this particular total. See here. For any specific column, if you want to disable hash one filter or hash one value must and should we have to use it. Is that clear or not? Huh? 19. Is that clear? Next. Is blank. What is blank? Very important function. This function, most of the times we are using either if or a switch. This is blank function we can use either in if or switch. Understand clearly? In if or switch, is blank function is used. What is blank function will do? What is blank? What is the meaning of this one? In the name itself, it is there. Suppose if you want to check the blank values, see here, listen first. If you want to check the column having blank values or not, how you are writing a condition? You understand my question or not? Suppose I have a column. In that column, few values are blank values, few values are non-blank values. Wherever blanks are there, return 0. Wherever blanks are not there, it returns 1. How to write that one? You understand my question or not? I have a column. In that one, blank values are there, non-blank values. Wherever blank values are there, I want to return as 0. Otherwise, I want to return as 1. How to write a condition? If, tell me, if column name is blank, leave it about this one. How you write normally, if you're not using is blank now, up to now you don't know is blank. How you will write that one condition? Very good. But is equal to you guys understand my question or not? A column having blank and non-blank values are there. If it is blank values are there, it returns true. 0. Otherwise returns 1. Then how to write a condition in if? Yes, very good. Column name. If column name is equal to blank function, we are writing this is the way. Blank, then comma 0, comma 1. That's it. Right? Previously, before is blank function, you are writing is equal to blank function. Similar like that same condition, you can pass it inside is blank. Same function, same condition, you have to pass inside is blank. That's it. But in is blank, no need to write condition. Just pass the column name. That's it. Then what is the meaning of this one? Is blank of column name. What is the meaning of this one? Column name is equal to blank. Understand or not? Then whatever you are. Let's see with example. This we can apply it on new column. So
here.
So name column is that. Name column having blank or not? Yes. See, is blank function always we can apply it only in if or switch. Understand? See here. After that is equal to blank. We are writing like that, right? We have to use is blank. How to use is blank? See, in if function, okay, don't write a condition. Inside if function, directly is blank function you have to write. Inside that one, you just need to pass the column name. What is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of this one? Name column having blanks or not. This is the meaning. That means the meaning of this one is column name, the name column is equal to blank. Understand? This is also we can write or name column is equal to blank function also. Anything it is accepted. Understand or not? See here. Now, directly after this function, put comma and here 0, comma, here 1. What it will return? What it will return? Tell me. What is the output? What is the output? You tell me. You are there here or somewhere. What is the output? Huh. At the time of explaining, you are writing something. You didn't listen. While I'm asking a question, you are not able to answer. That's the reason. See, in 3 ways, same example, I will explain you. At the third point, you have to write some matter. Up to that, you have to listen what I am saying. You don't know what I am writing here, and you don't know what output it is getting also. What it will display? 0 will be displayed. Remaining? Huh? What it? Why it is written 0, not 0 here? Oh, okay. This is empty, right? Not blank. So that's the reason instead of name, here I'm passing empty. Some space is there. That's the reason it is not considered as a blank. Okay. So that's the reason you have to pass like a ID call. Now see here. Here there is no spaces are there, like in blank itself. That's the reason. Understand clearly? Huh? While the time of explaining any point, concentrated very carefully here. If you understand the concept, remaining things, like any way you can do that one. See here. Next, is cross filter is not required. Next is empty. That means inside this function, you just need to pass the table name. If the table is empty or not, it will check it. If the table is empty, true. If the table is not empty, it returns false. Empty means no records. No records in the table. If there is no records in the table, it returns true. If the record, at least one record is there, it returns false it is. Understand or not? If you want, you can check it. Okay. Next one. Is error is not required. Next one. Is even. Is even means if it is even number, it returns true. If it is odd number, it returns false. Like that. See, suppose I want to apply for this one. New column. New column, we can apply this one. Is even. Oh, ID. What will happen? Wherever even numbers are there, what it will return? True. Otherwise, returns that is. Understand or not? Here, why it returns true? Because blank means it will consider as zero. Zero is even number or not? Yes, right? Next, similar like that is odd function also. For odd values, it returns as true. For even values, it returns as false like that. Next, is filter we already discussed, right? This is the function. Did you see? Is filter. Understand? Okay. Hmm. Remaining all the things it's not required. Next one. Next one is username and user principal name function. These two functions, username and user principal name, these two functions, we can use it only in the RLS concept. What is that? RLS. What is the full form of RLS? Row level security. Okay. Whenever we are discussing about RLS, at that point of time, I will clearly explain these two functions. Understand clearly? I will clearly explain to you how these two functions. Only in RLS concept only we are using username and user principal name. Understand clearly or not? Huh? Is that clear or not? So these are the different functions. Okay. In understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? Okay. So these are the functions it is there. Okay. What is the next function? Information functions. What is the next category? Filter functions. Remaining only two categories are there. Okay. One is filter function. Another one is time intelligent functions. Another one is time intelligent function. One is filter functions. Another. These two are pending. If it is completed, these two, DAX functions are successfully completed. Then we need to discuss about model related one and everything. Okay. Classes will be completed. Okay. Hmm. 25th is the 25th or 26th, the last class. 25th or 26th is the last class for this particular batch. Completely. Okay. Most probably we are closing here or else this. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this one? Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this? Understand? What is the next category of function? Filter functions. Very, very, very important category. Okay. Anyone having any doubts? See, see here, A star D means don't consider star here. Star means anywhere. Meaning is anywhere. When you are using contain string and contain string exact, in contain string, A and D character is there in that particular text or not, it will check. That particular one, wherever, anywhere it is there. In that particular text, suppose A is in starting, D is in end or middle or somewhere it is there. Even though we need to consider as written as true. Understand? We don't want to consider star meaning is anywhere. In the text, A and D anywhere, if it is there, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Contain string. Contain string exactly. Exact function always immediate and same. Okay. Understand or not? Okay. Contain string exact is a case sensitive, right? That's the reason. Understand clear? Alim, is that clear, Alim? You're there. What is the next function? Filter. Yeah. Okay. In filter, okay, there are different functions are there. Okay. All, all cross filter, all except, all no blank row, all selected, all these things. Okay. Here, what will happen here it is in all function. Okay. Before discussing all related one, there are different functions are there. All these functions we can apply it only in measure. All filter functions we can apply it only in the measure. In that all filter function, first we need to discuss about calculate. What calculate function will do? In calculate function, either we can perform, either we can perform aggregations, either we can perform aggregations or, okay, based on the condition aggregation operation we can perform. You understand what I'm saying? Calculate is nothing but a filter. Calculate is nothing but a filter. In this calculate, what we can do, there are two ways we can calculate in calculate function. One is only aggregations we can calculate, or else based on the condition we can aggregation. We can do that one. Understand or not? Understand clearly? Both the ways we need to discuss one by one. Okay. First, what we need to discuss? We need to discuss about only with aggregation. Okay. What is that? Only with aggregation. That means in calculate function also only aggregation, which without using calculator, we can perform aggregations like some in directly we can have. I'm saying, I'm saying inside the calculate, this is also one of the way. If you want to perform an aggregation means directly you can perform it. I'm not saying that you have to do it in inside calculate. Okay. But calculate is inside the calculate, how many ways what we can do into that particular one. That means in calculate, either we can only perform aggregation operation or conditional based aggregation operation, we can do that one. Let's see. In all filter function, we can apply it on new measure only. Okay. See here. Suppose, for example, okay, and here this is enter data. Okay, I'm writing a new measure here. What is that one? Calculate. Calculate out. Any, see here, in calculate function, remember, in calculate function, here, did you see the syntax? What it is there? Expression. Expression means always inside the calculate, expression means only aggregation first. Inside the calculation, in place of expression, always any type of aggregation only we have to perform. We cannot apply any other related things here. Only aggregation. Remember this point. Only agree. Any type of aggregation. See here. Some ID. See here. Close this. Understand clearly? Now see here. That means even if you normally sum of the column name also same result, calculate sum of also same. That means I am telling that calculate is also is the one another option to perform any type of aggregation. That's it. See, what is that one? 15. What is see here? 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 2, 14. 14 plus 1, same value or not? Understand or not? Same normally how it will aggregation you can perform. Same thing. This is also one of the option. Understand clear? And here, not only this one, in calculate function, aggregation operation we can do, or else with aggregation, we can write conditions also inside calculate function. In SQL Server, where we are writing conditions? Where is the clause? Where we can filter the column values in SQL Server? Where we can filter the column values in SQL Server? See, there are two questions. I'm changing the question name, same answer, where class only. Huh? If I'm asking a question in a two different way and you are not able to answer it. When you want to filter the column values in SQL Server, where class. When you want to write a condition in select statement, it is where class. And the same where class related conditions we are writing there, right? The same conditions here also we can write. But you have to write inside calculate function. Understand? And one more important point is all filter functions we can use inside a calculate function. Inside a calculate function. Understand clearly? So how we need to discuss and everything that we can discuss in Monday class. Tomorrow workshop is there, 9 to 12. Okay. Who are interested, those people can join. It's not compulsory. Okay. Who are interested, those people can join into this. Okay. So we can stop it here and we'll continue Monday. Okay. Anyone having any doubts? Online team? Online team. Anyone having any doubts? Yeah. So we can stop it here and we'll continue on Monday. Like us.